Okay, y'all, so I am here. I am trying something a little new already. So, if you watch my channel at all, you know that I'm into basketball. Now, here's the thing before I go any further, I want to let this be known on the off right. I am not like an advanced level of knowledge on basketball. I probably know more than the casual fan, but I don't know as much as like you niggas who play 2K all day. You get what I'm saying? So work with me as I'm going through my journey, okay? Please do not get in my comments and tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because before I get on this camera, I do my best to research everything because I don't want to sit on here and sound dumb. However, if there is anything that I'm wrong, that's fine. You can correct me. But also, get in the comments and help me figure things out. Like, give me tidbits, little here and there. Help me learn, okay? Good golly. But anyway, so, NBA's back. It's back already. After these little babies whined and cried about, oh, I had a couple months. Oh, shut up with your rich ass and play, okay? Play. Alrighty. So, what I want to do though is I refuse to focus on pretty much the same people that everybody focuses on. Well, I don't want to say everybody because one of the teams I'm focusing on, it is like a team that people focus on a lot. But I don't want to talk about LeBron on here. I don't want to talk about the Lakers. Okay, I don't want to talk about any of that. The only team I'm going to talk about that people talk about a lot, is the Nets. I'm gonna get to the teams that I picked, and I'll tell you why. Some of them I picked by random. Some of them I picked for a certain reason. I am going to pick four teams. Okay, four teams to focus on. Okay, and I'm going to pick these four different teams. Every month I will switch out the four teams for a new four teams to focus on. Okay. And then, once we get into the playoffs, I'll check back in, randomly on all of the teams I've covered. So, where we're going to start with for this first month, we are going to do the Nets, okay? And the reason I'm doing the Nets is because I am from Brooklyn, so I have no choice but to pay attention. Okay? We have the Nets, the Grizzlies. The reason I picked the Grizzlies is because I really like John Morant and I want to get more into him, so I want to pay attention to him a little bit more. Okay? Then we have the 76ers. Now, I randomly picked them and I didn't realize that they had like so much going on. But them, shout out to Philly, okay? And then finally, the Miami Heat. And I picked them by random too. They just so happened, we all know that they was in the finals last year. But these are the people that we're going to focus on. Now, I'm going to go through this video. I'm going to go through the last game that they did, and little small highlights about the team as a whole. I want y'all to get in the comments, tell me anything that I should know, going forward into like the preseason, regular season playoffs. Let me know if there's any news that I need to be aware of. Keep me updated. I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to grow. So let's get to it already. So let's start off with the Nets. Alrighty. So, we all know the Brooklyn Nets, okay? The big thing right now, as we all know, is Kevin Durant is back, okay? After him being traded there, and then, him messing up. I think it was his Achilles that he messed up or whatever. He is now back, and he's back in action. So, the last game that they played was against the Wizards. They won 119 to 114. Kevin scored 15, Kyrie 18, Spencer did 10, DeAndre did 4 points, and those are all points I'm talking about. Now, DeAndre had 4 points and 7 rebounds, but my whole thing about this game was like, where was the defense at? Where was the defense? DeAndre, what are you doing? We had 2 damn blocks from Kevin and 1 from Kyrie. What, what the hell is going on? What is going on, okay? And so, speaking of DeAndre Jordan, so apparently right now there is a little bit of tension going on between DeAndre and Jared Allen. Okay, now I have this article pulled up, and this is from the New York Post. Okay, and the headline reads, hold on, if my computer will like act right, then we can get there. Okay. And the headline reads, Nets have a DeAndre Jordan conundrum on their hands. Now, pretty much what this article is saying is that Jared Allen, okay, this is his, sorry, This is pretty much his third season in, right? And so, last year he did pretty damn good. He did pretty damn good, okay? Now they said last year, out of DeAndre and Jared Allen, um, he was better. He averaged 1.8 points more than Jordan, zero point 0.4 more blocks, and zero point 0.4 fewer rebounds, and in 4.5 more minutes per game. So, although that's the case, once the season started, he was on the bench. And so, and this is according to ESPN.com, it said, Jordan is very close to Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, and at the time of the move last year, ESPN reported Jordan coming off the bench was a simmering issue with certain net players. So clearly, some people felt some type of way that, because your homeboys is here, now all of a sudden, now he get preferential treatment. Unfortunately, it's messed up, but that really is how it goes sometimes. And even in this game, I wish I had the stats up right here, but even in this past game, Jared Allen did better than DeAndre Jordan. So it's like, we might need to reassess, I know Kevin's all about friendships and emotions and his burner account, but we're going to have to figure something out there, okay? What else we got? I want to say, as far as Karis LeVert, no, I'm so mad. I did a whole 20-minute doc about Karis LeVert. So at this point, I'm very into him. I know a lot about him. I know a lot about when he was in college. I know this man through and through. Now I know he was hurt. We are gonna have to find some way to ease Karis LeVert in there, because the way he held y'all down in the bubble is something serious. It needs to be talked about. It needs to be reveled in, and it needs to be appreciated. However, the thing I like about Karis LeVert the most is he's a very, very, very unselfish player. He said himself that at this point he don't really care how it is that he get in. He don't mind coming off the bench. And the best part about Karis LeVert is, if he gonna come off the bench, he's gonna give you some points. He's going to come through. He's gonna come through. That's guaranteed. At least probably 10 off top. Here for him. Love him, okay? So, that's the Nets, pretty much. That's what's going on with them. Then we got, I'm going to try to put the little graphics in if I can, the Grizzlies, okay? So, we got the Grizzlies. Right now, they're 2-0, okay? Last game they played were against the Timberwolves, 123-104. They won. Now, best part I like about this team is everybody's young. Everybody is young. So, it's just like, ooh, bubbling talent there. Ooh, bubbling talent there. It's like back in 2014 and 15, when it was like, ooh, look at Dirk, ooh, look at Bibby, ooh, look at Keith. Like it was just bubbling. Or like 2010 and 11, when it was like, ooh, there go Drake, ooh, there go Cole, ooh, there go Kendrick. I like the little bubbling that I see, okay? Everybody that's on that team, especially everybody that starts like 21, 23, 24, 20. I think the oldest person on the team is like who starts normally is like 25. Young as hell. Super, super young roster. That's to their advantage. At this last game that they played, everybody that started played at least 22 minutes or more. I'm like, my goodness. They're young. Let them get to it, okay? Ja Morant, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Jonas, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. Dylan Brooks, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Oh, the young boys are putting up the points. They're putting up the points, okay? I like that, all right? So, what's some other things we got going on in this team here? So, they signed the Anthony Melton for a 4-year agreement for $35 million. I think that is a good sign. It gives them a little bit more, on the defense side. I feel like I have to watch them because I'm not too sure about the Grizzlies, but I feel like they probably they have a lot of shooters. They probably do need to get maybe 1 or 2 more big defenders. Probably so, but I have to watch them, so I'm not really too sure. And the crazy part about it is you got all of those people, right? Those 3 people I named who put up them points. And then Jaren Jackson is he's not even playing. He's out. He's out right now with a torn, meniscus, but he's looking okay. He's looking okay though. So in general about the Grizzlies, I think they're a young team. that they're building right now, if they can keep their like core pieces, they're gonna be a problem. And like I said, let all of the old timers fade out, because LeBron is on his way out. Okay, then eventually KD gonna be on his way. Like let the older folks do what they do. Y'all stay brewing. Y'all stay brewing. I like them a lot. Then we got the 76ers, okay? 76ers, last game they played was against the Celtics. They won 108-99. Now, we all know about the whole thing with James Harden. Now, James Harden, you know, everybody wasn't sure what was going on with him, but he did come out, I think, the day before yesterday and said, you know, that he's committed to, you know, playing with the Rockets still. We shall fucking see. But some of the people that was up for debate is like Miami, which is somebody I'm going to cover next, and the 76ers. Well, fuck, probably not. 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen, okay? Alright, so in the game we had Joel Embiid, 18, 13, and 2. Tobias was 16, 9, and 3. Ben Simmons was 10, 2, and 6. And a special shout out, okay, to Shake Milton with, coming off the bench with 19 points, okay? How you all do to start off the bench with 19? Keep that young man. I don't know how old he is. Keep that man. Keep him, okay? I have forgot that Dwight Howard went there too. You know, him and Danny Green, which we'll get to in a second, they got their little titles and they said, we moving on now, we moving on now, okay? I think that's another good big tab. I think Dwight Howard, he comes through when he needs to, and he's been in this league a long time, so for him to like still be doing what it is, I am happy that he won last year. Like I really am. He deserves something, so shout out to him. I do think though in general that the 76ers now is a more balanced out team, because previous to this season I feel like it was just a whole lot of big men, but now with them adding Seth Curry, which I like Seth Curry a lot. I think he's really good. And I'm always gonna say it this way. Danny fucking Green. Because that's how I have to say his name every time. Not the most clutch player in the world. But I guess he does what he needs to sometimes. Sometimes. I don't know. I just feel like Danny fucking Green just, every time you need him to come through. Every time. It's just Brick City. Brick City. Hopefully he can be on this team and do a whole lot better. And I also feel like, you know, because Doc Rivers is now the head coach or whatever. I feel like people give Doc a lot of heat and stuff. But granted, I know with the Clippers, it didn't all come together with Paul George and Kawhi. And even still now, I don't really know how it's coming together. I don't think it's looking too good over there. But I do think that Doc knows how to build a team. I think he's great at building a team. So I think he's getting his pieces in order right now. And then also, now I don't really pay too much attention to the, like, draft. I don't really pay attention a lot to college basketball, which I probably should, but I really don't. So I had to learn about this young man, Tyrese Maxey, which, according to a lot of the things I read, said that he was pretty much like the steal of the draft. Like, he should have been drafted way higher than he actually was. He came in, 8 points on his first game. I watched his highlights for the first game. He's really good with floating. Like, he's a good floater. Like, if you watch him, every time he, like, put the ball in the hoop, he literally is like, it's like floating. Like Jordan, kind of, sort of. Yeah. So, that's the 76ers, okay? Then finally, we got the Heat. Now the Heat, they went against the Pelicans. They lost 114-92. Let's see here, because I have their stats up here. We got Tyler Hero coming in at 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Duncan Robinson, 14 points, 2 rebounds. And Bam, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Ooh, come on, 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Bam's a fucking beast, yo. Bam's a beast. Who we got coming off the bench? Max Struss came off the bench, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. 6 points from Avery Bradley, 4 rebounds. Not too shabby, but y'all didn't do good enough. Y'all had to go against, let me see over here. Yeah, Zion put up 26. Brandon Ingram put up 22. Yeah, Lonzo put up like 12. Yeah. That was going to be a long day for y'all anyway. So pretty much the only big story right now that's coming out of Miami, it's not really big news, is like, the trade that them possibly wanting to trade for Harden. But the thing about that is that they'd have to give up a lot. They'd have to give up at least 2 or 3 players plus Tyler Hero, which, did y'all not just hear me? He had 17 damn points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. I mean, are you really trying to give that up? And he's 20. I believe he's 20. So it's like, are you going to give up all of these extra pieces plus give away young Tyler Hero for James Harden? Don't really know. And there's this article that's from HeatNation.com that pretty much says the 5 reasons why they shouldn't, trade Tyler Hero for, James Harden or whatever. And one of the main points that I like that they said is, which one did they say here? I'm sorry, y'all. I think they was talking about the deep roster. Yeah, pretty much the deep roster. And pretty much saying, like, they would have to give up too much. And I agree. Not to say that James Harden isn't a good player, but I just feel like the Rockets have tried to build a team around him. And I don't know what's wrong. Harden is good, but I don't know. There is something about him that for some reason, even with everybody else around him, this nigga cannot win. And I don't know. He's not trash. He's definitely not trash. But I don't know what it is. Maybe he got to share the ball more. And that's another thing, too. The Heat shares the ball. He does not. So with you bringing him in, is he really going to fit that dynamic? Don't know. Not too sure. I'm actually not going to put any graphics there because I don't feel like it. But yeah, y'all get in the comments. Y'all tell me what y'all think about everything I said. Tell me what y'all think about the teams I talked about in particular. Whenever one of these teams have a game, I will come on the next day and talk about that game in particular if I was able to see it. I have NBA TV, so I'm hoping I could see the majority of the games, but who knows. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. Out back.